earlier this year, Gavin and Stacey fans across the land shouted, I'm going to do it again, what's occurring? There we are.
Very good.
When rumours... I'm not doing it again. When rumours of a new special reuniting the cast began to circulate. Well, before we have a little Gavin and Stacey reunion of our own, here's a reminder of why we all love the show so much.
We're getting married in Wales.
What? We're getting married in Barry.
I don't think so.
Wow.
We are, Mum.
Oh, no, you're not. Mick, tell him.
Look, let's talk about this tomorrow.
Well, what's the matter with Barry?
Barry Island? Oh, we're going to have the wedding reception on the log flumes.
We don't live on the actual island.
Don't worry about the honeymoon, just go to Butlins.
Come on, Pam, shush. If that's what they want, that's what we'll do.
I'm going for a smoke.
Michael, I am not traipsing the best side of my family all the way down to Wales to see my son, my only son, get married in some dirty fairground.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joe's TV father-in-law, Larry Love. Oh, it's so good to see you, darling. Oh, sweetheart, so lovely to see you.
Well.
Well.
What is occurring?
Hey! You're occurring.
Well, they're not telling us for sure.
Can I ask the question? Because I've spent about 10 years being asked. Do you ever think there'll be any more Gavin and Stacey?
Definitely not.
Oh, no, don't
If I had
break
to
our
bet
hearts.
right now, I'd say not.
Oh,
Feeling nostalgic.
But I'm not very good at
there.
gambling, so...
What's it like, though? Because, honestly, watching that clip just reminds me of just how much I enjoyed it when it was out, right? It's such classic TV, it was, you know? And in so many ways, I don't think that's been matched. What's it like for you both, but you first, Larry, to watch that back?
Well, it's just like you're trying to remember... I'm trying to remember the scenes. That's always with me, because I say, oh, I love that scene where you're doing so-and-so, and I can't remember them, you know? They just all blend into this family life that we all existed amongst and have been a part of ever since. So it's just like watching something that you are really a part of and that you're very, very fond of, and it's a lovely thing to sort of have a look at, you know? Not like those terrible home movies where you think, oh, my God, what did I look like? I think it's easier if you're playing someone else.
Well, you still look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Can you remember when you first both met, when you first started doing the show? What was that moment like?
We wouldn't have met until the very first morning we read it all around a table in Soho somewhere.
Yes.
And you know, we were just... Everybody was being introduced to everybody, you know? So it was like everybody... The only person that wasn't there was Rob Brydon. He couldn't make it that day.
Yeah.
So it's like... It was a very memorable thing because it's when we all realised what we were involved with, because as we started to read it, having just read it ourselves individually, what was going on was you begin to realise.
I remember I wore a yellow top and a yellow cardigan because I wanted to create an impression of just being really nice and friendly. It's kind of ridiculous.
Did it work?
I think it did.
You think Larry, does it work?
Oh, God. You know, and does it feel like a really beautiful experience to have been a part of for both of you?
Yeah. I mean, without doubt. I mean, all the things that I've ever done in my career over the years, you know, so many baddies, so many this, but to finish up as a part of this iconic comedy series was just something that never ever occurred to me that it might happen at all.
It's so cool.
It's really.
How about you, Joe? What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's just so lovely. I mean, looking back on that and then seeing Larry today, and some jobs, you know, they're jobs. You go and do the job and then you finish and you don't really see anybody again or, you know, but with that job, even if we haven't seen each other for years, we go back in the same room and it's like we're all like a family.
Is there a group chat then? That's what I
we got to
know.
watch.
Yeah, we got... I mean, it's pretty sparse.
But what?
Every now and then something goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now and again,
Couple
like
of
about
memes.
2 or 3 months and something will come out on it, you know.
Because it's hard to stay in touch when everyone's got their individual careers outside the show.
Everybody's come from their lives and their lives are busy and then they go back to their lives when, you know, the last time we did it, you know. I don't think I've seen anybody. Well, this is the first time I've seen you.
Last time I saw you was when on telly when I was doing the voiceover for your show with Alison.
Oh, right.
When you went all the way down to Barry.
That's it.
And I could barely do the voiceover because I was like, oh my gosh, look, aren't they lovely? But you've been writing a book now, haven't you?
I have been writing a book, yeah. I have been writing a book. The thing is that when I came into this business from the outside world, I've been working in the oil business, and it took me, you know, 20 years to realise there were similar jobs in this industry, but they're all working backstage. And my job was basically to take a group of good guys out who were building power lines out in Canada, and that was my job. But you're responsible for taking them, making sure they've got everything they need, making sure they get paid, make sure they get fed, make sure everything's running. And there's a job just like that in our industry, and it's the first assistant director. And I always wanted to write a story, I always saw it as a film, about the life of a first assistant director and all the people that work with them, but not the actors. And when I was writing it, I kept thinking, I've got to start writing something about actors now. And it was the toughest thing, was writing about actors and writing and putting words into the mouths of actors. Whereas the ordinary crew, you know, most of the people that I work with, you know, in this business are just like me. They come from the world and they go out and they make films.
So do you think this is going to be the next stage in your career, a writer?
I doubt it.
Oh.
You're not selling the book.
I doubt it.
Sales have just gone.
Oh, no, I know.
It's about your experiences in the 80s, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is. And the thing is that I so enjoyed it, but it's another whole world, you know, and getting it published and then following it through and selling it, it's another world. And, you know, as you get older, you just think, God, do I have the energy? You know, and it was very fortunate because somebody dared me to do it. They said, you've got to be able to fictionalise some of this amazing life that you've lived. And I said, no, I can't. And then I thought, you know what? There's that story about the first assistant director. And this was just as the COVID was kicking off. And I just started. And I just...
Have you finished it? Yeah,
I finished it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And, of course, then you've got to, you know, rewrite, do this, do that, do that.
Well, writing a book is not easy in any shape or form. And I tell you what, anything written in your voice will just be beautiful and hilarious and relatable. You know, we can't get enough of you, Larry Lamb. That's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Lamb.